Could you tell us a little bit about what are your priorities in this visit? It is certain to bring India and Bangladesh closer, but what are your priorities?
Well, look, India is our tested friend. We always remember their contribution during our 1971 war. And beside that, even 1975, when we lost all my family members, so the then Prime Minister, she gave us shelter in India. Beside that, you see, this two countries, we are neighbor, close to neighbor, and I always give importance and priority to friendship with our neighboring country, because I feel that this friendship will give us, it is not only leadership, no, it is for the people. So, our priority definitely will be to bring good wishes and goodwill to the Indian people and the Prime Minister, President. You have new elected President also, and how to improve our business, trade, and our bondies, that is important. And my visit, it is important, and I really thanks to Prime Minister Modi and also your Honorable President, both of them visited Bangladesh. When we are celebrating our Father of the Nation birth centenary and also our independence, 50 years of our Independence Day, and our friendship with India. India recognized Bangladesh early one, so that bondage, I think that is our main priority, that their visit at such a time, even that time there was a COVID-19, but this pandemic, but beside that, both of them honor us, honor our people, and that visit really give us a tremendous,
Ma'am, you spoke about trade relations between the two countries. India is the second largest trading partner. That makes it a little sensitive issue for many Indians who feel that, oh, we should be the largest trading partner of Bangladesh. But you are sandwiched between, you're a smaller nation sandwiched between these two giants, if I may say, India and China. And I'm sure you're asked this many times by the Western media, that how do you balance the relationship?
Our foreign policy is very clear. Friendship to all, malice to none, which my father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, he uttered this in his address in UNO, and we follow his ideology. And my point is that we should focus on our people, how to give them a better life, how to improve their life. And I always saying that we have only one enemy, that is poverty. So, let us work together how to eradicate poverty, how to keep our people from South Asia and also China, India, everywhere where there is the downtrodden people, we should ensure them a better life, fulfill their basic needs. And I always feel that, yes, if there is any problem, it is between China and India, but I don't want to poke my nose to that. I want development of my country, and that's because India is our just next door neighbor. We have very good relationship. We had many bilateral, many problems, is true, but we solved many problems. You know that sharing of Ganges water, then our land boundary, maritime boundary, then we had refugees in India for 2 decades. I brought them back, settled them down when I signed Chittagong Hill Tracts Peace Accord. So, that way, and also which is very, very important, I feel that exchanging the enclave, this is very, very important. Many countries, they just fight between themselves, but we didn't do it. With a friendly gesture, we solve this land boundary and also exchange our enclaves. And I really thanks to all the members of the parliament and Indian government that they
could move
passed
forward in this,
yes, they passed that law and we could have solved it. So it's yes, many people, especially Western world, they always ask me this question. But my point is, both India and China, I feel that we shouldn't fight. We should, if there is any problem with neighboring country, it can be solved bilaterally. That is very, very important. Yes, when you are living just side by side, some problem will come up or remain, or you can solve it. So yes, so still we have little bit,
issues. Yes.
issues. But I think that we will continue our dialogue, and we should solve ourselves. And for our development, we need cooperation from any country who offer us, which is, of course, which is suitable for our country. So that way.
Okay, ma'am, for Prime Minister Modi, his neighborhood first policy and the Look East, Act East policies. Now, these two are very integral to the foreign policy. Recently, the Indian External Affairs Minister was here, and you offered the Chittagong port. Do you see, more connectivity happening, more robust connectivity happening in this region between India and the northeast of India and India and Bangladesh via the Chittagong port?
As you know that during my first tenure, I opened my door, the bus service started. Bajpayee was in Prime Minister, that first we started, and gradually then this connectivity we started. Now we have Chittagong port and Mongla port. I think 2018 we signed the agreement and we started it, and now it is materializing. So that will give India an opportunity for their export, import, as well as Bangladesh will be also beneficiary. And not only that, I also offer Chittagong airport. They can use, even we have our Sylhet airport. Both airports are international airports, and I am developing another airport, that is Sohitpur airport. The Sohitpur airport, that will be a regional airport, I declare that. So anybody, it's not only India, Nepal, Bhutan, all the countries, they can use my port, airports.
Yeah, ma'am, you've worked ceaselessly, tirelessly for the economic upliftment of your people, especially in the rural areas. In India, many are seeing that the SIPA, that is this Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement, if that fructifies, it will improve the economic conditions, the industry in your country, and improve, even for the urban population, it will improve the conditions. Do you see SIPA fructifying in this visit of yours?
We'll discuss this matter, how to materialize it properly, and then definitely I feel there's any kind of cooperation that will enhance our relationship, and also economically people will be beneficiary.
I'm going to move in the same line. You have gone through so much of trauma in your personal life. Your family was assassinated. While many of us remember that phase of the 70s and 80s, there are many young Indians who are not aware. Ma'am, in your own words, could you tell me what you faced in those years?
1971, when war started, my father was arrested. My mother was in custody, me too, and I was expecting my first baby. But I thanks to India government, India people, India, they supported our,
War of Independence.
War of Liberation. They not only supported War of Liberation, also they gave shelter our refugees all. Then comes 1975. It was so suddenly it happened. Only 15 days ago, my sister and myself, we left the country. I went to Germany, where my husband, he was the nuclear scientist. He was doing his post-PhD research there. So we just went there just for few days, couple of months.
Now,
But suddenly,
I'm sorry to interrupt. What was your last meeting with your father before you left?
it is 30th July.
You remember that clearly?
Yeah.
Your
Actually,
mother and father?
Mother, father, everybody. I was to as because my husband was abroad, so I used to live in the same house. So that day, everybody was there. My father, mother, my three brothers, two newly wedded sister-in-laws. Everybody was there. So all of siblings and their spouse, they came to the airport to see us off, and we met father and mother. That was the last day. Yeah. Then 15th August in the morning, we heard this news, but we couldn't believe it. It was really unbelievable that any Bengali could do it. And still we didn't know what really happened. Only there was a coup, and then we heard that my father was assassinated, but we didn't know that all the family members were, they were assassinated. But that time, Mrs. Gandhi immediately sent information that she wanted to give us, security and shelter. So we received, especially from Marshal Tito from Yugoslavia and Mrs. Gandhi, and we decided to come back here because we had in our mind that if we go to Delhi, from Delhi we will be able to go back to our country, and then we will be able to know how many members of family still alive.
How do you cope with that, ma'am, to know that your entire family is wiped out?
It's a very difficult time. When I heard this news, the ambassador, Germany, Mr. Humayun Rashid Chaudhary, he called me alone and then he told me. For a few moments I didn't know where I was, how, but I thought about my sister. She is 10 years younger than me, so actually I thought how she will take it. It is so difficult for her. Then when we returned to Delhi, at first they put us in a house with all security because they are also worried about us.
Did you feel that you could be a target at that stage?
There was news like this because those who killed our parents after their attack 3 houses at a time.
To find you?
No, to kill members, like my father's sister, 2 sisters' house, and they killed family members simultaneously.
How many members were killed, ma'am?
Almost 18 members, and some mostly my relatives, and then some maid servant, their children, there were some guests, my uncle.
So it was to see that nobody from Bangabandhu's family ever comes back to power, right?
Exactly. My younger brother was only 10 years old, so they didn't spare him too. So when we returned Delhi, it was perhaps 24th August. Then I met Prime Minister Mrs. Gandhi. She called us, and so there we came to know that nobody is alive. Then she made all the arrangements for us, a job for my husband, and this Pandara Road house. We stayed there. So first 2-3 years, actually, it was so difficult to accept this. My children, my son was only 4 years old, and my daughter, she is younger than him. Both of them used to cry to go to my mother, my father, and they used to remember my younger brother mostly. So but then gradually we have, and well, as because I have children, my sister is there, so this sorrow, pain, it was very difficult, but still we have, well, we have to think what to do. We should do something. We cannot live like this. And this crime not only killed my father, also they changed the ideology of our liberation war. Everything just one night, everything just changed. And those killers, they are haunting us. That they are trying to find out where we are. So when we live in Pandara Road, even we couldn't. Our name was changed
in Delhi, in Pandara.
In Delhi, yeah.
So you lived under a different name also.
Different name.
Okay.
And it is so painful that you cannot use your own name, own identity.
Yes,
yeah.
I can imagine.
Because of the security purpose, they did not allow us.
So nobody from Bangladesh came to meet you in those years?
At the beginning, almost all, because of all my family members, those
they were not allowed to come.
Well, those who survived, and within this, like my auntie and my 2 cousin sisters and one brother, they got bullet shot. So they got treatment, and after that, most of them, they just went to Calcutta. But first 2-3 years, we couldn't meet anybody.
You were in India from 75 to
81.
81. It is many say that people came to you and said you should come, and they kept asking you to lead the Awami League and to come back to India. Come back to Bangladesh. But you were hesitant. You didn't want to get into politics at that stage. It was too traumatic.
No, actually, what happened? Almost all the members, those who betrayed, beside that, other were arrested. And then you know what happened. There was another coup in 3rd November. So then many of our leaders were assassinated. So at the beginning, nobody was allowed to come to us. Then gradually, my two auntie, they were there. Gradually, they started allowing them to come to Delhi, or once I went to Calcutta.
Was there any doubt like that you didn't want to get into? You didn't want to come back?
No, not that.
Too many memories of Dhaka?
I want to come back. Definitely, I want to come. I wanted to come back to my country. Definitely, but taking responsibility of party, such a big party, I never thought about it. But when I was in London, that time I took initiative to organize our political party. I used to travel a lot in different, and then our organization, I work with our local in London. There are a very big community, the diaspora. I work with them and organize political party. And their first time I appear before people, I address a public meeting in York Hall, 16th August 1980. There we demanded the trial of
the killers.
And 79, my sister, she went to Sweden. There, our ambassador, he didn't join government, he resigned, and he organized a meeting demanding the trial of the killer. So there she attended, and in 80 I addressed, but I never thought to take any post or position, but definitely for democracy, for rule of law, and for trial of these killers, I was very
to bring
vocal.
them to justice.
Yeah,
Yes.
to bring them to justice, or bring them to book, so that the trial should take place, because there was a immunity to them. There was the indemnity ordinance they issued, so you cannot demand or file any case against the killer. Killers got all type of facilities and immunity. This is very unlawful. The killer, and they killed, it's open, and they claim that yes, they committed this crime. They very vocal they were, because they thought they are very powerful. So I started
Yes,
this
the justice movement.
and also many member of parliaments I met in
Yes.
British Parliament. So we demanded for justice. Also we set up a commission, Sean McBride, Nobel laureate, Sir Thomas Williams, QC MP, all together we set up a commission, and through that commission we demanded that the investigation should take place. So from that commission, Sir Thomas Williams, visa to come to Bangladesh, but the then military dictator didn't give any visa, didn't allow him to come to Bangladesh and investigate the killing. So that was the situation, and you can understand, in one hand we lost everybody, and other hand I cannot ask for justice.
Yeah.
Justice was denied. So that was the situation that time. Then again I returned to Delhi, end of 80 or 81.
81. Huh.
Then 81, when I returned to Delhi, in 80s I returned. Then Awami League had conference, and that time they, in my absentia, they declared me as the president of the party.
Ma'am, I'll steer the conversation a little bit to geostrategic issues in our region. You are well aware of what happened in Sri Lanka, and there are many observers who say that Bangladesh should guard itself from similar situation, whether it's a Chinese debt trap or whatever. Do you see any parallels that the challenges that Bangladesh could face?
No, not exactly, no. Because our economy still it is very strong, though we face this COVID-19 pandemic, now the Ukraine-Russia war, that has its effect here. But in a debt rate, Bangladesh always pay timely all the debts, so our debt rate is very low in context of Sri Lanka. Then our economy trajectory and the development, it is very, that means very calculatively we prepare and we take the plan. So as because it is very calculative way we are developing, I feel that we will not face the similar situation. Not only that, in a policy matter, the moment pandemic started, COVID-19, I call upon our people, and also we provided all kind of support and inputs up to the village level, and also encourage our people to grow more food item, as much as food they can grow. I always supported them that what you should do, you should grow your food so that we should not depend on others.
Imports and things.
And side by side, this war it has bad effect, no doubt about it, especially the things we import from other country. Now it is, I think whole world is facing economic problem. We are also. But yes, there are some people, they raise this issue, oh, Bangladesh will be Sri Lanka, this and that. But I can ensure, no, that will not happen, because all our development plan, what we prepare and we implement, always we see that what would be the return, how people will be beneficiary. Otherwise, I don't take any project with just spending money. No, we will spend money, we will take loan, but after completion of this project, what will be our return, how our economy will develop, and the people will be beneficiary. That is our priority. So that way we are taking all the plans, programs. Unnecessary, we don't spend any money.
Ma'am, you spoke about your battle against COVID-19, and you vaccinated almost more than 90% of your population. What do you have to say about the Vaccine Maitri program? Did Bangladesh benefit from it?
I really thanks to Prime Minister Modi to take this initiative, and that way he contributed vaccine to not only Bangladesh, also some South Asian countries, and it's really very, very helpful, and it's a very prudent initiative he has taken. And beside that, we bought vaccines with our own money, and also many other countries also contributed, and we pursue our people for vaccination. Usually, people from our country, especially in the village level, even some in the town also, I found many people very much reluctant to take vaccine. They don't want to take the pinch of the needle or swing nail and eye. So, but we have to pursue them, and we told them that it is nothing but it will save your life. So that way we engaged everybody so that they make people. So it was really a very good initiative. This Vaccine Maitri is a very good initiative. I really support it.